What's happening, y'all? It is good to see you. All right, look, before I say hi to everybody, I'm gonna say goodbye to somebody. Allie J. Like, what did you think? I mean, I just saw you in Kay's chat earlier. I'm a mod in Kay's channel. Like, what makes you think that I have a difference of opinion when I was muting your rude comments to her? It was me. I was the one muting your comments. So what makes you think you're gonna come in here? And yeah, I am defending him right now. I am defending him, and I'm gonna get into all that. And losing you as a sub, hey, to me, that's on you for being completely and totally closed-minded. Everyone in my chat knows something very, very strongly about me. They know something very, very important about me and about this channel is I don't care about quantity of subscribers. I want people in here that I can have a open conversation with. I want people in here that understand that we may have a difference of opinion, but it's okay because we can discuss it. And right now, logically, you in my chat wanting to crucify somebody when you just have a gut feeling, because that's really all you could possibly have right now, because there's literally nothing to indicate that this man isn't sitting there grieving his wife, wondering where the hell she is and what the hell's going on with her. His damn wife is missing, man. It's funny to me though that the title pissed some people off. You know what? The title pisses me off, man. Makes me mad that you guys gotta blow up the internet over this man doing some push-ups. Yeah, his wife's been missing for 3 months. It's awful. It's terrible. We all want to know where Suzanne is. We all want her to come home safe. But why just because you follow these channels, why just because you watch too much Oxygen Channel, why just because you watch too much Lifetime Network, why just because you watch too much Dateline, you automatically assume that this man is guilty of a crime that you don't even know took place? Yes, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Absolutely. But see, here's the thing about Barry is there's nothing other than the fact that they searched a property that he supposedly, his company had a contract with. That's it. That's it. They haven't even named him as a person of interest. And here you all are blowing up your YouTube channels, and you're blowing up people's comment sections with assumptions. And you're getting mad at those of us who aren't assuming. You have the nerve to get in my chat before I even come on here, when I just click the button that says go live now. As soon as I do that, I see somebody in my chat that was trolling Kay's chat earlier tonight. And right off the bat, you're like, oh my God, not you too. You can't believe you're defending this guy. Fuck yeah, I'm defending this guy. I have no reason not to defend him. The fact that you were crucifying this dude all over the internet with your pitchforks. I mean, like, how is it that I can sit here and go, it's possible that he had something to do with her disappearance? Because it's true. It's very possible. Sure. And yes, I acknowledge the fact that law enforcement usually looks at the spouse as a person of interest first before anything else. That's just common sense. That's just common sense law enforcement, detection. You always look at who's closest. You always look at who would have motive. That doesn't mean that he's a suspect. Come on, man. You sit here and you pride yourself on being a true crime enthusiast, or as a lot of you like to call yourselves, which I can't stand, you call yourselves true crime fans, which makes it sound to me like you just get off on hearing about somebody getting killed. That gets on my nerves, man. So, and then you're going to sit here and you're going to get mad at me. You're going to get mad at any other creator or any other person that leaves a comment in a group or in a comment thread. You're going to get mad at them for being objective, for being rational. How does that make any damn sense at all? Like, some asshole blows up Reddit with some vague picture of a chalkboard, and it says Barry M, that he did like 73 push-ups in 60 seconds, which is pretty impressive, and beat these other guys by like 50 and then 53. So this man, he can't exercise. He's supposed to be what? Because his wife is missing for 3 months. He's supposed to be holed up in his house with the blinds shut, drunk, because you'd be trashing him if he was doing that. Be trashing him no matter what he's doing. You'd be trashing this guy because he's out there doing one of the most positive things he can do, which is let law enforcement do their job. They're out there putting out flyers. Today, they were out there putting out flyers for Suzanne's return. And just because he's not out there doing that, maybe law enforcement told him, hey, hang back, move on with your life, stay close to your phone, just in case she calls. You know, I mean, how do you know what law enforcement's telling him to do? How do you know what his attorneys are telling him to do? Now, I would kind of understand. I'd be up here talking about it. I mean, I was yelling about this when it came to Letitia Stock. But the thing is I still sat up here and admitted that she was an asshole. I mean, we broke down that interview where she had her back turned, I don't know how many times on this channel, because we had reason to revisit it. So I'm sitting here and I'm realizing that this man has not done anything of the sort in comparison to Letitia Stock, and here you all are crucifying this dude. Didn't we learn anything from Shane Carey? Didn't we learn anything from the Heidi Broussard case? We didn't learn anything from that? I mean, come on, people. Like, it's so funny to me because I picture the people who are just so quick to crucify this guy. Like, I picture them sitting there and doing the deepest thinking, doing the deepest thinking that there is, but already going deep into a narrative of he's guilty. You're sitting there trying to figure out what is he saying or doing that's making him look or appear guilty in any way, shape, or form. So you could point it out and post it in a group. And it's all you're doing. Instead of going, Where's Suzanne? You're sitting there thinking going down a Suzanne's already dead tunnel, and Barry did it. That's what you're doing. How does that help Suzanne if that's not what happened to her? How? How is that productive? I mean, look, I get it. You know, we all want to be the smartest one and have it figured out. You know, I get that. I get that. But this isn't a game, man. These are real people. And in the process of you going down this rabbit hole of him already being guilty of a crime that you don't even know took place yet, well, you're affecting somebody's life. How do you think that affects his daughters? So, I mean, you don't think that they're standing by their father right now? You don't think that they're supporting him right now? I'm willing to bet money they are. Money I don't even have. I'm willing to bet money that his daughters are sitting there and they are just as upset about the fact that their father is being ostracized all over the internet, on top of the fact that their mother is missing and they have no idea where she is, if she's okay, if she's not okay, if she's in pain, if she's suffering right now. They don't know any of that. They want to do something when they don't even know what it is that they're doing something for. They don't know what happened to her. They don't know where she is. They can't. There's nowhere for them to focus their energy right now. So on top of them dealing with that, and you know, you get so pissed. You get so pissed and start talking about victim blaming. You're so quick to go, oh, victim blaming, when you're not even thinking about the victims. You don't think the victims' loved ones count in that scenario? Of course the victims' loved ones count. And you're not thinking about their daughters? You want to trash this man because he went to the gym and killed a push-up contest? He's supposed to be sitting at home like Howard Hughes, growing his fingernails all long and pissing in mason jars? That's what he's supposed to be doing? Oh, I don't know what the hell you expect from this man. And then you're going to talk about, oh, well, he refused to take a lie detector test. I would refuse to take a lie detector test. If I'm in a situation like that, those things are unreliable. They're kind of reliable, but there's a reason why they're not admissible in court. The reason why they're not admissible in court is because they're not foolproof. They are beatable. They are inaccurate. They're not 100% inaccurate, but they're not reliable. Dude, any lawyer, any defense lawyer is going to tell you, and Barry's got money, man. You keep, comparing him to Watts. I keep seeing creators compare. I just watched this video on this one creator just now. Person's voice gets on my nerves. And they're informative videos. They're just, it's always got to go back to Watts. Watts. Chris Watts was into fitness. So fucking what? A lot of people are into fitness. Yeah, man. There you have it. Lie detectors are junk. If I was a lawyer, man, I'm not even remotely a lawyer. I'm not even. I do not have the intelligence that an attorney has. And I would tell my client, if I was a lawyer, you do not take a lie detector test. That is the stupidest thing you could do. There's absolutely no good that can come out of that. You know, there's the chance that he passes it, but this guy's, I don't know how lie detectors work. I'm assuming, I mean, I would be nervous that my anxiety over my wife being missing and sitting there with a lie detector strapped onto me is going to stress me out. And I'm afraid it's going to mess with the lie detector. I mean, I don't know how they work, but because I don't know how they work, I'm going to assume the worst. I'm not taking a lie detector. There's no way. It sounds to me like this guy is just simply doing what his lawyers are telling him to do. And again, he has not been named a person of interest. And until somebody is at least named a person of interest, to me, they are a grieving and worried loved one. That is it. And the fact that you don't think of it that way makes something wrong with you. Not me. There's something wrong with you. You got something to work out. Get right with God or whatever. You're automatically thinking the worst of people just because some form of entertainment that piques your interest leads you down that path. You're not in law enforcement. You're not an attorney. You're not a psychologist. Say what's up to some people in here, man. I see a lot of familiar faces. Tasha McGregor, Susie Pops, Riddle. I did not plan on spouting off that fast. I was gonna warm up to it. I was not planning on spouting off that fast, but this person, man, I saw them in Kay's chat spewing the same bullshit. I lost a sub. I want to make this an example. This person, look at this. Look at the hero right here. You lost a sub from me, the glare. Thank you. I don't want subs like that. I don't want subs that think that can't have that sense of empathy for somebody. And if not for him, his daughters. Suzanne's daughters. Come on, man. What's up, Mignon? Catherine Summers, Lauren Elizabeth. Did I say Susie Pops? Cherokee Girl 45, Angel Eyes, Katie 2. Renee. What's up, Save Robbie? Jack's mom. Caleb, my man. Wow, man, I've been spouting off for a long time. What's up, knock, knock, who's there? You be saying it's been a while, but I haven't heard from you, or I don't remember you. But you leave a nice comments. I appreciate that. Shelly Suzanne, how are you? Annie, how are you? My girl Bang Bang Kiss Kiss 007. And that girl, Devil Mike. Joan Brown, Rosalind, Mommy for the win. If I skipped you, I'm sorry. It's just, I got quite a few people in here. I'm not used to that, especially this late at night. German lady. And if I say your name twice, sorry about that. Danielle Wiltshire. Daniel Wiltshire. Sorry about that. Mandy Bella. Yeah, man. So I can't. It blows my mind how people are offended by me using common sense. And I'm sure they would argue. That I'm lacking common sense by not assuming that Barry is guilty of some sort of crime involving Suzanne's disappearance. But there's nothing. Literally all there is is the fact that the spouse is the first person that law enforcement looks at. I mean, that's so weak, dude. That is so thin. To me, in comparison to thinking about what this man is probably going through, thinking about his family. Hold on, my brother's sending me some political private messages. He's not watching. He doesn't know I'm live right now. But yeah, that's yeah, politics right now. I'm not going to get into that, but they're fun right now. They're definitely, it's like WWE for smart people. It's, it's completely crazy. What's up, the gutter? I mean, look, man, I take issue, and that is anybody who has been with this channel for a while, you know that I take strong issue with jumping to conclusions. I mean, how are you going to call yourself a true crime enthusiast, right? You're into true crime because you want to figure it out. You want to call it. I get it. Okay? But why in the world do you think that the best way to go about that is to not collect all the facts first? Wait till the facts are in. Using your gut feeling. Oh, there's something off about that guy. I want to hear that shit. That's not responsible, man. That's not responsible. Yeah, there's something off about him. His wife's missing. There's definitely something off about him. There's definitely going to be something off in the behavior of a man who loves and misses his wife, and she's gone missing, and he has to comfort his two daughters while worrying about where his wife is. Because nobody seems to have any leads. Nobody seems to have any answers. I can't imagine how frustrating that is. I'd be living in the gym if that was going on. After 3 months, I'd be like, I'm not going to be any good to anybody at this point. Like now, it's up to law enforcement. That's all they can do. All I can do is make myself as available as possible, but I need to be clear-headed. And it makes sense to me that he would engage in the things that he knows he would be engaging with Suzanne if she were here with him right now. It makes sense to me that he would do that. I mean, why wouldn't he do that? Why wouldn't he want to spend his time trying to honor her by being the same person he was the last time she saw him, in hopes that he's going to see her at any given moment? Why would he not want to be in the best mental and physical state for that moment? Why is it wrong for him to be rational in that sense? I don't see that. And yeah, I see, okay, somebody started, Erica Sandwall is saying, unless he, all right, I get what you're going with that. Let me just at least assume that that's where you're going, because I think a lot of people are feeling that. Yeah, you're saying unless he did something to her. Well, you know, somebody who doesn't care, sure. But my point is that it's wrong to assume and jump to the conclusion that he doesn't care when he has not given you any indication that he doesn't care. He's offering a cash reward. He made a video and put it out there, probably against against the advisement of anybody else. If I had money and I had I mean, what is that? Like a 30-year relationship? I'm hazy on that because I haven't actually thought about that in a while. But they've been together, what, like 30 years? Their daughters are grown? Come on, man. Most people, dude, how often does that happen? How is that not an indication to you that this man is not somebody to be looking at as a person of interest right now in the public eye? How does that not hold some credibility that they have been comfortable living together in what people seem to describe as a functional, happy relationship? 26-year anniversary just passed a few days ago. Thank you, Lauren Elizabeth, for that. 26 years strong marriage, not to mention the years or however long they were together prior to actually getting married. But these are people who have chosen to spend the rest of their lives together and have done it fruitfully for 26 years plus. And you're going to be that quick to throw this man under the bus as some sort of murderer of his own wife, of the mother of his children? Why does that not hold strong with you? What? See, that's what I'm saying. What's wrong with you? I'm sitting here saying, what's wrong with you? I do not mind calling you out and telling you that you're an asshole for jumping to that conclusion. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a YouTube creator. I don't care if you're somebody who leaves comments. I don't care if you're a troll. You are an asshole for not considering the fact that this man is probably hurting real bad and trying to deal with it. And just because he doesn't deal with it in the standards that you imagine in your own mind how somebody should be dealing with it, he's guilty of something. Bullshit. I'm not buying it, man. Yeah, man, it blows my mind how, you know, somebody makes a video and you just start in on the, oh, his body language is telling me everything. And who the fuck are you? His body language is telling you something, and you're a fucking body language expert. You're a you're a you're a behavioral expert. Can't even talk. I mean, come on, man. Like, and you're gonna make a creator like me out to be a fool or some sort of asshole because I am defending the possibility, because what the facts that we do have add up to is that this man is innocent and just missing his wife. That's what the facts add up to. The facts do not add up to anything other than that. And you're sitting here acting like they do. And getting mad about it. And this right here, dude. See, I love this right now. I love this right now. Because everybody in my chat right now, almost everybody that's in my chat, I'd say 95% of the people in my chat right now are familiar handles that I see almost every time I go live. And everybody right here is being completely and totally rational. And it's not because they just agree with the way that I think. These are people who are thinking rationally. These are people who are applying logic to their thinking. These are the type of people that I choose to associate with. Now, I'm not saying if you don't agree with me, you have no place in this channel. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that in the slightest bit. I'm not saying that for 1 second. On the contrary, what I am saying is that everyone here, if they wanted to disagree with me, if they felt differently, they would challenge me with a question and I would respectfully address it up here. But that was somebody who just made up their mind. That person that was first in this chat. That was somebody who just made up their mind. Barry Morphew's guilty of something. I love when people say this person's guilty and you don't even know of what. Guilty of what? How can you say somebody's guilty? You don't even know what happened. You did something. Jackass. You're a jackass when you think that way. You are. And I'm not saying that to condemn you altogether. We could still have a conversation at some point, I'm sure. But I'm saying you're thinking like a jackass. Sometimes we're all a jackass at one point or another. I've been a jackass many, many times. But I'm saying if you were sitting here and you were taking just jumping on a bandwagon and swallowing whatever media dumps down your throat, like that Laura thing today, and you take that and just swallow it, well, that makes you a jackass. Because the fact is who is this person? How do they know anything about a GPS? Unless the cops told them. That's HLN type bullshit, man. That's not even, that's tabloid crap. An anonymous source says this and it says that about a GPS, and how the hell are they going to know about a GPS that it's not going to match where Barry's going? That doesn't make any sense. And all it takes is simple. It just takes a second. It literally takes a second to question that and go, yeah, how the fuck do they know about that? Who the hell are they? It takes a second. I mean, dude, like, I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm just asking you to think. I was actually talking about marriage with a friend of mine, with a fellow creator. I was actually talking about that, and man, like we're talking about people who've been married like 2, 3, 4 times, and dude, I found it fascinating because I'd never been married, man. I dodged that bullet, because the person that I would have married, man, oh god, that would have turned out to have been a nightmare. But when you really, really think about it, if I would have got married and then got divorced and then got married again, I'd be so scared that second time. But there's no way I'd do it a third time. There's no way. I'd be like, this doesn't work for me. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how much time and effort it takes putting into a divorce, much less the relationship leading up to that divorce when it just wasn't working, right? Can you imagine that? I mean, so, and then some of you might be thinking, oh, okay, well, Barry, he, instead of having to go through a painful and expensive divorce, he's gonna kill his wife and get rid of her. That's fucking crazy to me, dude. That's crazy to me. Because, I mean, this is a 26-year-long relationship. Marriage, I mean. Who knows how long they were together before that? I already said that. But you're not going to put 26 years into a relationship where everyone seems to be happy. Kids are raised well. I mean, it seems like a perfectly functional nuclear family. And then he's just going to up and kill her? I could see if there was a lot of money involved, maybe. But I'm still not going to jump to that assumption. That doesn't make sense. You're just going to, and if it's for the sake of saving money, saving from getting a messy, loud, expensive divorce, well, I mean, now it got the whole country looking for this woman, and everybody, at the cost of everyone thinking that you're a murderer. You don't think a guy with common sense who lives in Colorado, of all places, isn't going to be scared of the fact that everyone on the internet's going to destroy this guy? I mean, you really think what the guy's going through now and paying his lawyers and being investigated and being, lynched by the public, that you think that's worth it for him to get out of the 26-year marriage that he seemed so happy about? That makes no sense. That's stupid. And Barry's not a stupid guy, from what I gather. So let's talk about the idea of whether or not they had an open relationship or were swingers. Let's talk about that for a second. And this is as much as I'm going to talk about it. Who cares? It's irrelevant. If you want to hear me talk about it and speculate on it a little bit, you can go back and listen to a couple of lives that I did on Kay's channel. I talked about it there. If you want to get into that, go listen to that. But I'm not getting into it again. But it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. What they were doing with their private life doesn't matter. I always let my coffee get cold, man. It always happens because I run my mouth so much. I don't know why I pour hot coffee before one of these, and then I don't know why I do that to myself. If it worked for them, it's no one's business. Exactly. Tam Tam. I like your name, by the way. Tam Tam. Dude, mommy for the win. Look, man, I said I wasn't going to get into it, but I'm going to get into it. So, yeah, man, you don't see that very often. I mean, first of all, let me tell you something. For a man, that's like striking oil in a marriage, is to have a hot wife who is down for that lifestyle. I don't care what you say. This guy, I don't understand it. Dude, Suzanne she's hot. She's super hot. And if she was into that, she's even hotter. I will say it. I will say that out loud. That is a woman. You know what kind of an open mind and logical thought process that a woman has to have that mentality and have that kind of comfortability with her own sexuality. Do you know how attractive that is? Do you have any clue to a man how attractive that is? Since 90% of you guys in here are women, I'm going to fill you in on it. It's the dopest shit ever. When you have a hot, beautiful wife that you are best friends with because you've been together, you've been married 26 years, and you guys have that dynamic because she is completely and totally comfortable with her relationship with you, and she says, yeah, I think it'd be hot to watch you fuck another woman. That is a queen of queens. Straight up. I'm telling you right now. And a lot of you don't, I mean, I get it. That's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. But one thing that I can assure you that you can never, ever, ever deny, especially if you've never been there, is the fact that it takes a certain level of confidence, it takes a certain level of intelligence and understanding to be that person and be comfortable. And you have to be secure in not only yourself, but your relationship with your partner. It takes a level of security that is beyond understanding. These are people that truly believe the words that jealousy and possessiveness are merely symptoms of insecurity, whether it be insecurity in yourself or insecurity in your relationship with your spouse. When you get to a point to where you can actually be that open with each other sexually and not worry about whether or not it's going to affect your dynamic as a couple, that's called woke. It just is. That's just how that is. And again, it's not for everybody. And I'm not putting down people who feel that type of insecurity. We're raised to believe that that's the norm. We're raised to believe that, I should be the only one that they ever look at, but that's just not reality. Reality is you're going to feel attraction with other people. Reality is that you are going to feel chemistry, physical chemistry with other people as you move on with your life. The question is whether or not you act on it. But there is no question that you will come across other people that you are attracted to, and they are attracted to you, and there is a physical chemistry between the two of you. That is going to happen. So, these are couples that understand that that is just nature in the most Darwinian sense that there is. It's just nature. So they choose, and this is where it becomes a choice. They choose to say, hey, okay, well, we can either just trust each other to never act on that, and that's perfectly cool. I'm not putting down monogamous relationships in the slightest bit. I'm not doing that. What I'm saying is I'm not putting down non-monogamous relationships either. So you could say, okay, the traditional thing to do is we trust each other never to go behind each other's backs. But make no mistake that cheating is not sleeping with other people. It is not the act of sleeping with someone else. It is the act of lying to your partner about it. It is the act of keeping it from your partner. If you are lying to your partner and keeping something from them regarding having a relationship with someone else, whether, no matter how short term it is, if you're texting with someone and hiding the texts, you're cheating. If you were doing anything with someone that you would lie to your partner about, you're cheating. So you either make the decision, okay, well, I don't want you sleeping with other people, and I'm never going to sleep with other people. And so you simply are faithful to each other. You don't act on it. You don't act on any temptations, which will come, but you simply realize that those temptations are going to come, and then you don't act on them. Or you come to an understanding and say, you know, it doesn't seem natural to deprive you of something. I want to see you happy. Think about it. Think about that. Is that if someone is, let's say that you have a spouse, right? Let's say that you have a spouse. Let's say that you have a partner and you are completely and totally in love. They meet every one of your needs and then some. They are so perfect for you and they uplift you and they are your rock. And there is nobody that's ever going to come along that is going to be that. It's just never going to happen that you'll have this type of dynamic with someone else. But it turns out that one of you has an extremely high sex drive. It's just the way you are. It's the way that you're built. And you have desires and you have fantasies and you have things that you are dying to do sexually, but your partner is well, I'm just not into that, or your partner is, you know what, this is everything that I've ever wanted in somebody, and what's wrong with meeting my partner's needs, or at least trying to, at least exploring it with them, so that we can at least say that we went down that avenue together and we tried it. And sometimes it doesn't work out for people, but make no mistake that having a healthy sexual relationship is extremely important in a long-lasting relationship. There's no way you're going to tell me that these people have been married 26 years and are as active as they are and as close as they have been over these years and don't have a very, very fruitful sex life. And I don't know what it consists of, but common sense to me dictates that they had that. So, but my point is, judging what that is has nothing to do with where she is right now. And some of you might be thinking, oh, well, what if she did something behind his back? When you have that type of dynamic and that type of relationship, the chances of you actually cheating and going back on your partner, it defeats the purpose of going down that road and making that second choice that I was talking about earlier. It defeats the purpose. You don't want to lie to your partner. You're eliminating the reasons to lie to your partner. Nobody wants to see it that way. You know what I'm saying? You're completely eliminating any reason that you would lie to your partner. You guys are in on it together, and whatever you do it together. You're truly a couple, bonded. You're at a point where you are literally sharing the most intimate parts of yourselves, parts of yourselves. So, none of this shit makes any sense to me. That everybody's just looking for a reason, going down that Barry's guilty of something rabbit hole to try to put things together. And in the meantime, you don't realize how you're probably affecting him. And you don't care how you're affecting him because you've already got him pegged for somebody who did something horrible. But you're not taking into consideration Suzanne and Barry's daughters or the rest of their families and friends that are worried about them and worried about her. You're not taking into consideration any of that. If you lived a certain sexual lifestyle with your partner, do you think that that's fair for you to have that out there? Do you think it's fair to Suzanne right now, being a victim, that everybody's sitting here judging them for whatever sexual lifestyle that she chose to have with her spouse, which is nobody's fucking business? Well, I'm yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about that at this point. You know, I really, people blow my mind, man. Case after case, case after case, it's the same shit. You know, and comparing this to the Watts case, you know, that's crazy. Chris Watts is a family annihilator. I mean, he's a family annihilator. He murdered his own children. But he wasn't married to Shanann for 26 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy has everything to lose. Barry Morphew has everything to lose. I mean, why would a man be as successful as he is? I'm going to say it's because he wanted to build and maintain the family that he has. And if you ask me, well, what makes you think that? Well, I'll say 26 years of marriage tells me that. Two very well adjusted young women that they raised tells me that. Yeah, it's always mignon. It's always the same people, dude. It's always the same creators. It's always the same. Uh, it blows my mind, dude. Like, nobody learned anything from Shane Carey. It's like, oh well, it's got to be this guy. If it wasn't this guy, it's got to be this guy. That's the pattern of thinking. If it wasn't that guy, well, then it's got to be that guy because chances are it's the spouse. Oh man, that's just who law enforcement looks at first, because it's common sense. Anybody who would have anything to gain from that person disappearing would have to be someone that they're close to. Like, y'all are fucking dumb, dude. Y'all are fucking dumb. Yeah, y'all are fucking dumb. Jumping to these stupid ass conclusions when you ain't got no facts. Ignorant. Ignorant. Like, that is pure ignorance. Like, if you sat through this live and everything that I said went in one ear and out the other while you were shaking your head going, no, no. Well, you're fucking ignorant, dude. And ignorant doesn't mean stupid. Ignorant basically means you are disabling yourself for the possibility of higher intelligence. You are turning off that button that lets you learn a little something. So you listen and you wait for facts. You assess the facts, and then you come up with a speculative theory. Fair enough. But I'm of the opinion that all the facts lead to the opposite of what the hell you're thinking. And I just spent an hour explaining why. So, and if, like I said, if that went in one ear out the other, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. So, yeah, man. All you guys in chat, I really appreciate you guys being cool, man. I really do. I like that I can rant like that, and you guys can appreciate it. But yeah, I'm real grateful that you guys are part of this channel. Like, I wouldn't feel as strongly as I do and feel so comfortable expressing it if it wasn't for how welcoming you guys are to me for that. So I really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel and enjoying the content. But yeah, I'm definitely going to call it a night. And I really appreciate you guys. I love you. Yeah, I love you too, John Brown. Love all you guys. All right. We will do this again soon, my friends.